Welcome back to Ask Dan Anything. Today we're talking about sex again. A really common question that I get that a lot of people are too scared to talk about, but it's really important that we do. And that question is, what happens when you lose your libido? So what's been sent through to me? Hi Dan, my libido's been really low ever since last year, when I had a bad sexual experience, which I'm guessing was the cause. Is there anything I could do to fix this, or do I just wait until I've had a better sexual experience and hope this makes it kind of come back? Alright, now this is, again, like I said, really common. Somebody has a bad sexual experience, happens to both men and women, and suddenly they just don't feel like it anymore. Now, in a psychological sense, they do want it, as in they want that in their life, and they feel that something's missing when they don't. But physically don't feel like it. It feels like there's something wrong with them. So I want to talk a little bit about this. So first off, understand low libido, sexual dysfunction, is so much more often a psychological issue than it is a physical one. Okay? Like if you're a man, if you wake up with an erection, it isn't a physical problem that you're dealing with. But if you don't feel like sex the rest of the time, especially when you're out with someone and the opportunity to have sex comes up, it's a psychological issue. So often, and with women as well, so often it's the shame and pain that we have psychologically attached to sex that causes a shutdown in our system. It's only once you get older, usually, or you have some sort of unique problem, that it's physical. Alright? So if you're young and you used to like it, or you kind of always wanted to, but you just shut down when the opportunity comes up, almost certainly psychological. Before getting into this, make sure porn is out of your life, masturbation is cut to zero. So often somebody says they have a low sex drive and yet they're frequently masturbating and watching pornography. Okay, that stuff is like medication. It kills it off. You want your natural drive to come back, that urgency, that need, that desire to have it. Don't medicate yourself like that. Okay. So before you even consider that you might have a libido issue, make sure you've gone at least a month without porn or masturbation. Then see if you've got a libido. Alright? Secondly, and this is particularly for men, well, men and women, make sure you're eating healthy and regularly exercising, and that you're being decisively masculine in the way that you live. Because this low libido issue might actually be more of a testosterone problem. And boosting your T cells, boosting your testosterone isn't that difficult. Okay, you just got to live healthy and you just got to be masculine. Alright? It really is that straightforward. So, porn and masturbation, not eating healthy, living in a balanced way, you know, being masculine in the way you do things, being assertive, being honest, being courageous. If that's all missing, then your libido is probably just a symptom of that problem. Alright? And you can cut to that, get that problem sorted first. Now, if you've had a bad sexual experience and up until then everything was all good and now you're kind of all fucked up about it, what's happening is essentially a fight or flight response. So fear. This is a fear avoidance safety mechanism taking place. You had a bad experience, emotionally it was painful for you, and your brain is now doing everything it can to help you avoid that happening again. And one of the ways it helps you is to kind of cut off your physical desire whenever there's a risk of it actually escalating towards that potentially bad situation again. So your brain is just trying to make it easier by making you not want something so that you won't go near that risk. Alright? Now your brain doesn't have your long-term interests at heart when it's doing this, it's just trying to make you feel comfortable right now. So you got to understand there may have to be an override here where you're going to have to do something you don't feel like doing, safe in the knowledge that it is something that's good for you. Okay? Sometimes you might not physically want it, but you know you want it in your life as a general concept. And just because you don't feel like it right now doesn't actually mean you don't want it, it just means your brain's shutting down with a flight response. It's scared of what could happen. It doesn't mean you don't want sex, it just means you don't want a repeat of that bad sexual experience. Okay, that's not the same as not wanting sex. So your brain's going to need positive reference experiences. It's going to need to see proof that that bad experience was a one-off and that good experiences can happen. And until it sees that proof, it's going to keep shutting you down. So you're in this tough spot where you have to actually create that proof before you're going to feel like you want it. Alright? And And what I mean by that is you're going to need to have positive, enjoyable, relaxing sexual experiences before your brain will believe that it's now safe to go into that. And once your brain believes, your sex drive will come back. And I'm really speaking from personal experience here. You know, for a long time I sort of felt like I didn't want it because I kept having this kind of shutdown response due to some bad experiences. And yet, you know, I was masturbating all the time, I was half addicted to porn. I really did want it, right? What I needed to do was create experiences with safe, normal women where no matter what happened, even if I couldn't perform or something like that, they wouldn't give me shit about it. They were kind and compassionate, and I could start to relax and understand that, like, I can just do a massage or I can just play. It doesn't have to be this big pressure thing. And I started to have positive experiences in the bedroom. You know, things where I wasn't scared to go into the bedroom with someone anymore. I wasn't putting all that pressure on myself to perform. I took all that pressure off. I focused on just building connections and being playful and having fun and doing what I can with the resources available, so to speak. You know, resisting that urge to run away, that subtle urge when I saw that it was escalating towards sex, that urge I had to kind of shut it down or sabotage it. Just resisting that urge, letting it happen. And then after I built up a number of experiences, you know, I wasn't scared anymore. And now I started to look forward to it rather than trying to run away from it. And that just took time and experience. It's really important you do not suppress your sexual drive, okay? That you don't try and force it away and run away from it and resist the chance to express it. Because, I mean, look at the Catholic Church. That's what happens to guys who suppress their sexual drive. I worked with sex offenders for a long time. If you do not express yourself sexually regularly, frequently, then you can get really dark. And that's where sexual offending and all sorts of fucked up violence and everything comes from. So try to express your masculine sexuality as much as possible, which is a slightly different topic, but if you guys want any resources on that, just message me, dan@brojo.co.nz, and I'll send you some stuff on masculinity and expression, because sexuality is just part of your masculinity. Okay, it all comes out together. So, main point, take the pressure off, try and build up some positive reference experiences, take care of your body so that your testosterone levels come up, and your libido will be fine. Hope that helps. See you next time. Subscribe to the channel if you liked it, share it around if you like it even more. Cheers.